Hi there, Kathy Cotton Study. We're going to be covering the 123's of travel today. Travel Rule 5-1 shall be used for the benefit of the college. It's only for the time period necessary. It's completed using the most economical means. It's been approved by the dean, director, and vice president. The expenses are true, reasonable under the circumstances, and the traveler submits adequate documentation. So for the accountable plan, meets IRS requirements. So traveler must be traveling away from home. The expenses must have a business purpose, and we adequately account for the expenses within 30 days. So required authorizations for in-state travel. We do need to have prior authorization by the vice president required. If you're traveling out of state, you also need to have authorization prior to traveling by the president. And any foreign travel is coordinated by the vice president of business and has to have prior authorization by the president and also the chancellor. As a rule of thumb, no travel should occur without prior authorization. Traveling away from home, you do have to meet two requirements. The first of which, the duties require a traveler to be away from home from their regular work location substantially longer than an ordinary day's work, and traveler needs to sleep or rest to meet the demands of their work while away. If both criteria are met, you're considered traveling away from home. And if you're claiming mileage, it is based off your home campus, not from your physical home. The payments of travel expenses, we do have a centrally billed commercial card for travel, or you can use a personal card with reimbursement via EFT. So if you do not have a travel card, you would be using your personal card. Unallowable use, centrally billed commercial cards for meals or incidentals while traveling away from home unless you are traveling with an athletic team. You cannot put meals on travel cards. So reimbursement of expenses, we can put lodging on if the actual cost is reasonable on a travel card. And if you do not have a travel card, a reservation can be made on your behalf by someone who does have a travel card. If you need a list of persons within your department or area, I'd be happy to help you out with that. We can also put transportation on a travel card, so airfare, taxis, and it does have to be equivalent to the most cost-beneficial method available, so do price out your airfare. Rental vehicles, that is the actual cost, and we do have pricing agreements set up through the Colorado Bids website for Hertz, Budget, Enterprise, and Avis. And this does save us a lot of money, so do please use these tools if you do need a rental vehicle for your travel. And it is the actual cost of parking fees can also be put on a travel card. So meals and incidentals cannot be put on because we do follow the CCCS per diem, and we do not need actual receipts for that unless you are traveling with a team. Same thing for tips. We do not need if it's under $25 because it is falling under the per diem rates as well, and you do get an allowance for that. And if you are going to be taking a personal vehicle and you have gotten approval to do so on your pre-approval form, we can reimburse for mileage, but you do have to provide a Google map of the route you're taking to get the mileage documentation for reimbursement. And tolls are the actual cost and do not need a receipt if under $25. So meals and incidentals for a day traveler depart and return. So both CNCC and CCCF method is the percentage method. So the day you depart for your trip, you get 75% of the destination city's per diem, which includes incidental expenses. The return day, you also get 75% of the departing city's per diem, including incidental expenses. If you'll be traveling for more than an overnight, the per diem is based off of that destination city for the breakfast, lunch, dinner. Unallowable reimbursements. Sorry guys, can't buy any alcoholic beverages or marijuana expenses. No entertainment expenses. No personal expenses can be incurred primarily for the benefit of the traveler or if it's not related to college business. No political expenses, no traffic fines and parking tickets, will not reimburse for late fees, for cards, any premium add-on airline costs, and certain insurance coverages. So the timing is you get your authorization to do your travel, your signatures have been obtained, you make your arrangements, you then travel for whatever it is that you're doing. Then you have from day 1 to day 60 to get it submitted for having it not charged to your wages. If it's after 60 days and before 90 days, this will get put through your payroll. And if you don't submit your reimbursement within 90 days, we're not reimbursing you, period. There are some special situations. We do allow travel within a single day. But it is for a one-day trip, which would have qualified as a stayover. The college can reimburse for 75% of the per diem for the attendees who choose to do a one-day trip instead. So if you're going to Salt Lake or Denver, and it would constitute an overnight stay, but you, for whatever reason, feel you need to make the trip in one day, we can reimburse you for that, but you do still have to have your pre-authorization for you to make the trip and any justifications thereof. And if you take your personal vehicle, same thing. We can reimburse for mileage, but it does have to be pre-approved before you travel. Does anyone have any questions? If so, feel free to give me a call. My number is 970-675-3237, or you can find me in the directory. Thanks so much.